Episode 13. What did Stanislavski do in Hitler's concentration camp?
Hello everyone. We are discussing in the last few episodes how the human behavior is a result of a process, is a result of a program in the mind. This is what NLP is about. I'm going to discuss a very important issue. An identical situation need not trigger identical thought process in people, even though our brain is identical. We will respond differently depending upon what programs are installed in our mind. I'm going to tell a real story about a person called Stanislavski. He was a Jewish. The Nazis herded Stanislavski and his entire family at gunpoint and dispatched them off to a concentration camp called Krakow. There, in front of his very eyes, he saw his entire family being shot dead. Somehow he escaped that day. Before his eyes, he was seeing the torture that was taking place in the concentration camp. There was only one question in his mind. How am I going to escape from this place? How am I going to use this to escape? When am I going to escape? He went and discussed his plans with every other prisoner in the concentration camp. They will not listen to him. They will say, don't try that. Don't hurt yourself. It's not possible. We are destined to die. No one who has come to the concentration camp has ever escaped alive. But Stanislavski was very keen to escape. There was only one question in his mind, how am I going to escape? But the questions in the mind of his other prisoners were different. How Hitler can be so crude? Why is it happening to me? Why am I suffering like this? The questions were different in their mind, but the question in the mind of Stanislavski was completely different. Each day, he would run a dialogue in his mind. Today, I choose to escape from this nightmare. I will not continue to be a victim. I will not accept these conditions. I am a man with a right to live, and the Nazis cannot deny me of that right. The urgency and the importance of this question pounded his mind every moment, every waking moment of his life. He started exploring every situation that is available, every possibility that is available to make his question come true. How am I going to escape from this prison? How am I going to escape from this prison? He was very sure that Nazis cannot be that intelligent not to have a loophole. Then one day he saw something interesting. He saw that the Nazis took away the prisoners to the concentration camp, tortured them and made them to run back to the camp naked. And some of the children, women, old people were not able to walk, so they shot them dead. And all the corpses they picked up in a truck and they will move away. He noticed and he found that there is a loophole here. So he asked himself, why should I not make use of this? So one day he removed all his clothes. He threw himself out into the corpse. Dead bodies all around, but only one man alive. He was waiting for the truck, and the truck came in the night. And along with all the dead bodies and the corpse and the stench, he was also taken out of the concentration camp and dumped. He patiently waited for the night. It was midnight and there was nobody. After ensuring that there was nobody, he woke up and ran 25 miles and escaped from the concentration camp to write a book, Quest for Freedom. This is the story of pure courage. The questions on your mind will give you the answer. The agenda that you have in the mind will give you the strategy. The question is, do you have a strategy? Do you have an ambition? Do you have an aim? Do you have a purpose in living? The moment you have a purpose in living, the moment you are empowered, the moment you have decided to achieve something in your life, you will find out the means to achieve the same. This is the power of the mind. But the important question is, how do you liberate yourself? How do you tap into your mind? How do you tap into the infinite power of your mind? How you're going to combine the mind power with the brain power? If the mind is responsible for the brain function, then what is responsible for the mind? If the mind is giving command to the brain, which is that factor which gives command to the mind. We are going to explore this. I'm going to discuss the third component, which combines the power of the mind and the power of the brain with an interesting aspect of life. There's the third factor. Keep guessing what is that third component, that third factor which combines the powers of the mind and powers of the brain.
கற்க நீ வா கல்வியோடு கலைகள் அனைத்தும் எழிலாய் கற்க நீ வா ABS விண்ணை கோட தன்னை தரும் ABS வெற்றி தரும் மார்க்கம் ABS சுற்றும் உலகின் உச்சம் காட்டும் ABS வித்யாலயா.
தரமான மெட்ரிக் பாடத்திட்டத்துடன் ABS வித்யாலயா திருவள்ளூர்.
With